Hello, beautiful people. Let's make spicy sardine bread. Nothing tastes like a homemade bread. The aroma coming out from the kitchen is always awesome. In my bowl, I added in water and I brought in the yeast, and we're going to stir this to combine. I also brought in the sugar and will also stir this. I'll stir this and cover with my clean kitchen towel for about 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, it should bloom like this. If yours doesn't bloom, please discard it and get another yeast. And I added in oil. I also added in some sardine oil. I'll be using sardines for this recipe. And I brought in powdered milk. We'll stir this to combine properly. And I brought in my bread flour and salt. Now we'll start mixing this to combine properly to have a shaggy dough. We'll keep mixing it till all the dry flour is absorbed into the wet mixture. And when we get it to a point like this, I'll come in with my washed hands. I'll transfer this to my work table and we'll start kneading. Kneading is therapeutic for me. I don't know about you. We'll knead this between 7 to 10 minutes. Initially, you can see it can tear easily. We'll keep kneading this to get it to a soft texture. If you have a stand mixer, you can go ahead and use your stand mixer, but otherwise you knead by hand. So we all use different types of flour. Some are hard and some are not so hard. Initially, when you start kneading, it might be too sticky, but after 2 minutes and it's still very sticky, you'll need to add in a couple tablespoons of flour to strengthen it. And if it's too hard, you add in some water to loosen it up, because we'll all use different flours depending on our location. And I'll turn this into a ball shape, and in my pan I added in oil, and I'll bring in our kneaded dough. This will help the dough not to stick to the pan when we are proofing it. Please observe what I'm doing. You can also do this. And I'll cover this with my cling film and allow it to rest for up to 1 hour. The goal is to have it doubled in size after 1 hour. And as we wait for the dough to rest and rise, we'll grease our pans. I'll grease it generously with butter. That will help the bread not to be stuck to the pan when it's coming out from the oven. And let's also prepare the filling for our bread. Here I have the sardines, and I'm going to squash this. And I brought in a teaspoon of butter. That will help it to be moist. And we'll also mix this together. I also brought in some ground pepper to give it some spice. This is totally optional. Add as much peppers as you can bear. Now we'll also mix this to combine properly, and we'll set it aside. And our dough has risen so well. I'll spread out some flour on my work surface, and I'll bring in the dough and gently deflate it of all the bubbles. And we're going to cut this into 2 parts. If you want accurate measurements, please use your kitchen scale, but I randomly cut mine. Now it's time to fold the dough. We'll first spread it out on our floured surface. Where are you watching me from? I would like to hear from you. Please leave me a comment. Making bread at home, it's so lovely. It's not rocket science. You can also do this, and the whole family will enjoy this bread recipe. And I brought in our fillings. We're going to spread it across, but we'll not be spreading it to the end size of the dough, so we'll be able to pinch the dough together. and we'll roll it just like so, and we'll fold the sides of the dough. We'll tuck the sides in, roll it a little bit, and we're going to send it into our greased pan. We'll do the same for the other half of the dough, and we'll also bring it into our greased pan, and I'll cover this and allow it to rest for up to 1 hour. It depends on the humidity of your area. I live in a warm country, so I'll leave it on my counter here for up to 1 hour. If you live in the cold regions, please send it to your oven with your oven turned off. And after 1 hour, my dough has risen so well, and I'll be sending it to a preheated oven. I'll be baking at 180 degrees Celsius between 30 to 35 minutes. I sprayed it with some water from my water bottle. This will also help it to rise so well. And our bread is ready. Look at that beautiful golden crust color. And immediately I'll take it off from the pan so that it wouldn't start sweating. This bread is so delicious. It's so soft and fluffy. I'll quickly apply butter on top of the bread, and because it's still hot, it's going to melt the butter. Look at the butter melting on the bread. This bread is so delicious. Everybody wanted to have some more. Bread making is a skill I think every family should be aware of. It's life-saving. I hope this video was helpful to you and you were able to learn a thing from this video. You can write me in the comment section, drop your questions or your suggestions, and I'll be glad to hear from you. Remember, at Glory Homemaker, we give you value for your time. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video.